The recent measles outbreak in Gaines County, Texas, has raised concerns about the importance of vaccination. As of February 11, 2025, there have been 24 confirmed cases of measles. This outbreak is particularly alarming because Gaines County has a significantly higher rate of vaccine exemptions compared to other counties in Texas. This raises questions about the role of vaccine hesitancy in the resurgence of this preventable disease. Measles is a highly contagious and potentially serious disease that spreads through the air. It can cause fever, cough, runny nose, and a red blotchy rash. In some cases, measles can lead to pneumonia, encephalitis, swelling of the brain, and even death. Before the measles vaccine was introduced in 1963, measles was a common childhood illness. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, recommends that all children receive 2 doses of the measles, mumps, and rubella, or MMR vaccine. The first dose is typically given between 12 and 15 months of age, and the second dose is given between 4 and 6 years of age. The MMR vaccine is very safe and effective. A striking feature of the Gaines County outbreak is that all the individuals infected with measles were unvaccinated. This highlights a crucial aspect of disease transmission. Unvaccinated individuals are not only at risk themselves, but also pose a threat to others, particularly those who are too young, too old, or have weakened immune systems, making them ineligible for vaccination. This pattern of unvaccinated individuals being disproportionately affected by the measles outbreak underscores the importance of community immunity, also known as herd immunity. Herd immunity relies on a high percentage of the population being immunized against a contagious disease, making it difficult for the disease to spread, and protecting those who are unable to receive the vaccine themselves. The higher the vaccination rate, the stronger the herd immunity. When a significant portion of the population chooses to forego vaccinations, it creates pockets of vulnerability, allowing diseases like measles to take hold and spread. While measles is often considered a childhood illness, the Gaines County outbreak has affected individuals across different age groups. According to reports, 6 cases were reported in children aged 0 to 4 years, 16 cases in children aged 5 to 17 years, and 2 cases in adults aged 18 years and older. This serves as a reminder that measles is a highly contagious disease that can infect anyone who is not immune. The fact that even young infants, who are too young to be fully vaccinated against measles, have been infected, highlights the critical need for high vaccination rates within communities. Infants rely on herd immunity to protect them until they are old enough to receive their vaccinations. While the majority of cases in this outbreak are in school-age children, the presence of cases in adults should not be ignored. This emphasizes that vaccination is not just a childhood concern, but a lifelong responsibility to protect individual and public health. One of the reasons measles outbreaks can spread so quickly is the virus's ability to linger in the air. The measles virus can survive in the air for up to 2 hours after an infected person has left the area. This means that someone can contract measles simply by entering a room where an infected person was present earlier, even if there is no direct contact. Furthermore, measles is highly contagious, with up to 90% of susceptible individuals who are exposed to the virus becoming infected. This makes measles one of the most contagious diseases known to humankind. This combination of airborne transmission and high contagiousness makes it crucial to implement control measures promptly during an outbreak. These measures may include isolation of infected individuals, vaccination of those who have not received the MMR vaccine, and contact tracing to identify and monitor individuals who may have been exposed to the virus. A shield against measles, the MMR vaccine. The measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine is a safe and effective way to protect against measles. The MMR vaccine is a live attenuated vaccine, which means it contains a weakened version of the virus that cannot cause the disease but still triggers an immune response. This immune response prepares the body to fight off the actual measles virus if it encounters it later. The CDC recommends that children receive 2 doses of the MMR vaccine for optimal protection. The first dose is typically given between 12 and 15 months of age, and the second dose is given between 4 and 6 years of age. 2 doses of the MMR vaccine are about 97% effective at preventing measles. The MMR vaccine is generally safe and well tolerated. The most common side effects are mild and may include soreness, redness, or swelling at the injection site, fever, mild rash, and temporary joint pain. Serious side effects are extremely rare. Section 6. A blast from the past. Measles before and after the vaccine. Before the measles vaccine was introduced in 1963, measles was a common childhood illness in the United States. Each year, an estimated 3 to 4 million people were infected with measles, resulting in about 48,000 hospitalizations and 400 to 500 deaths. The introduction of the measles vaccine marked a turning point in the fight against this highly contagious disease. Vaccination led to a dramatic decline in measles cases in the United States. By the late 1970s, measles was considered eliminated from the country, meaning there was no longer continuous transmission of the virus within the United States. However, measles cases still occur due to travelers bringing the virus from other parts of the world where measles is still common. The resurgence of measles in recent years, including the current outbreak in Gaines County, highlights the importance of maintaining high vaccination rates. When vaccination rates decline, it creates pockets of susceptibility within communities, increasing the risk of outbreaks. Section 7. To vaccinate or not navigating Texas school requirements. In Texas, the MMR vaccine is one of the vaccinations required for children to attend public or private schools. This requirement is in place to protect the health of all students by ensuring high vaccination rates and maintaining herd immunity within schools. However, Texas law allows for exemptions to these vaccination requirements, including medical exemptions granted by a physician and conscientious exemptions based on personal beliefs, including religious objections. This means that parents can choose not to vaccinate their children for non-medical reasons. While parents have the right to make decisions about their children's health care, it's essential to recognize that choosing to not vaccinate a child not only affects the individual child, but also has broader public health implications. By opting out of vaccinations, individuals contribute to a decline in herd immunity, potentially putting others at risk. Section 8. A Tale of Two Counties, Comparing Vaccination Rates. Comparing the vaccination rates of Gaines County with those of Bexar County provides a stark illustration of the impact of vaccine exemptions. In the 2023 to 2024 school year, Gaines County reported a 13.6% conscientious exemption rate for at least one required vaccine, significantly higher than Bexar County's 1.7% rate. This disparity in vaccination rates is reflected in the measles outbreak, with Gaines County experiencing a surge in cases while Bexar County has, so far, been spared. This underscores the link between lower vaccination rates and increased vulnerability to vaccine-preventable diseases. It's important to note that while Bexar County has a significantly lower exemption rate compared to Gaines County, there are still pockets of vulnerability within the county. Some schools in Bexar County report MMR vaccination rates below the 95% threshold needed for herd immunity, highlighting the ongoing need for targeted interventions to address vaccine hesitancy and improve vaccination coverage. Section 9. Herd immunity, our best defense against measles. Herd immunity, also known as community immunity, is a critical concept in public health, particularly in the context of contagious diseases like measles. It refers to the indirect protection from infectious diseases that occurs when a large percentage of a population is immune to an infection, thereby providing a buffer for those who are not immune. For measles, a highly contagious disease, a vaccination rate of 95% or higher is needed to achieve herd immunity. This high threshold is due to the ease with which measles spreads. When herd immunity is achieved, it becomes difficult for the virus to find susceptible individuals to infect, breaking the chain of transmission. Herd immunity is particularly crucial for those who cannot be vaccinated for medical reasons, such as infants who are too young to receive the MMR vaccine, or individuals with compromised immune systems. These individuals rely on the protection provided by the vaccinated individuals around them. However, when vaccination rates decline, herd immunity weakens, increasing the risk of outbreaks of vaccine-preventable diseases. This is precisely what has unfolded in Gaines County, where a high rate of vaccine exemptions has created a vulnerable population susceptible to the measles outbreak.